Hey, think about the last conversation you had. What if I told you that most, and I mean most, of what you communicated had nothing to do with the words you actually said? Today, we are unlocking the silent, super powerful, and just absolutely fascinating code of body language.
Okay, let's try a little thought experiment. You've been there, right? You walk into a room and you just know who the leader is. They haven't said a single word. So, how do they do that? It's not magic.
And that's the thing. It wasn't their job title or some fancy introduction. It was their presence, you know? The way they stood, the confidence in their eyes, the way they moved, it all just screamed leader before they even had a chance to speak.
So, just how much of our communication isn't verbal? Well, the answer is kind of mind-blowing. A staggering 93%. Just let that sink in for a second. The vast majority of what you're putting out there isn't coming from your mouth.
So, where does that massive 93% actually come from? Well, it's a mix of your tone of voice and, the big one, your body language. And the actual words you're choosing, they're only about 7% of the whole message. It's a huge reminder that what you do often screams way louder than what you say.
Right, so this brings us to our first big idea, the silent conversation. We're going to explore this language that every single one of us speaks fluently, but almost none of us ever formally study. Isn't that wild?
You know, body language expert Alan Peace really nailed it with this quote. He said words are for information, but body language is for navigating relationships. Think about it. We use words to share facts, right? But we use our bodies to figure out how we feel about each other, who's in charge, and if we like someone. It's the language of attitude. And to really get how deep this goes, you have to look way back. For literally thousands and thousands of years, body language was the only game in town. Spoken language is a pretty recent invention in the grand scheme of things, and actually studying it like a science, that only really started in the 1960s. This stuff isn't just a communication tool, it's our original hardwired language.
Okay, so now that we get the why, let's get into the what. It's time to start decoding the signs. We're going to build your personal toolkit for reading all those powerful and often totally unconscious messages that we send with our hands, our arms, and our eyes.
Let's start with something simple, the hands. The open palm gesture is ancient. It basically evolved from showing someone you weren't holding a rock or a spear. And today, it still subconsciously tells people, hey, I'm being honest, I have nothing to hide. So on the flip side, if you see someone hiding their palms, in their pockets, behind their back, it could be a little red flag that they're not being totally straight with you.
The handshake. A gesture that says so much in just a few seconds. And we have all been on the receiving end of some bad ones, right? You've got the dreaded limp fish, which just screams a lack of confidence. Then there's the bone crusher, which is just a straight-up power play. And of course, the two-hander, which can feel a little too personal, a little too soon if you don't know the person.
Okay, this next one is a total game changer. Get this, just by crossing your arms, you can dramatically change how you think. Studies have shown that people with their arms crossed retain 38% less information than people with an open posture. How crazy is that? It's because that physical barrier creates a mental one. You're basically telling your own brain to be less receptive.
Have you ever noticed that quick little up and down flick of the eyebrows when you see someone you recognize? That's called the eyebrow flash, and it's a universal, totally unconscious sign of friendly greeting. It happens in a split second, and it basically says, hey, I see you, I recognize you, we're cool. All right, let's zoom out a bit. We've looked at the small stuff. Now let's look at the big picture, the power of posture. We're going to dive into how we use the space around us to project confidence, to show our status, and to build connections with people.
So we all have this invisible bubble of personal space around us, right? Well, scientists call this study of this proxemics, and they've broken it down into 4 main zones. You've got the tiny, intimate zone for the people you're closest to, all the way out to the public zone for big speeches. And we all know that feeling when someone steps into the wrong zone. You feel it instantly. It's like an internal alarm goes off.
So how do we use this space to signal where we stand socially? It's actually super simple. To signal dominance, we expand. We get bigger. We stand taller. We take up more room. We do those classic hands on hips power poses. And to show we're being respectful or subordinate, we do the opposite. We contract. We literally make ourselves smaller, lowering our bodies.
It really all boils down to this primal connection between size and power. Like the research says, we instinctively make ourselves shorter to show subordination, and we make ourselves taller to gain status. It's this nonverbal dance of dominance and respect that's happening in every single conversation we have.
Okay, we've decoded the signs, we've explored the power of our posture. Now, let's put it all together. In our final section, we are going to unveil the 7 secrets to confidence, your practical, hands-on toolkit for projecting positive, powerful, and attractive body language.
All right, let's run through the first 6 secrets. Number 1, your face. Use it. A real, genuine smile is magnetic. 2, gestures. Be expressive with your hands, but keep them in a controlled space and definitely avoid closed-off postures like crossing your arms. 3 is head movement. Show you're listening with nods and head tilts. It makes people feel heard. 4, eye contact. You want to hold it long enough to build trust, but not so long that it gets weird. 5, posture. Stand tall. It projects confidence. And when someone else is talking, lean in a bit to show you're engaged. And finally, number 6, territory. Just be mindful of those personal space zones we talked about. Easy, right?
So those are 6 really powerful secrets. But what about number 7? What's the one that can create an instant, almost magical connection with pretty much anyone?
The final secret is mirroring. This is the art of subtly, and I mean really subtly, reflecting the posture and gestures of the person you're talking to. If they lean forward, a moment later you lean forward. If they pick up their drink, maybe you adjust your watch. It's not about mimicking them. It's about sending a powerful, unconscious message that says, hey, I get you, we're on the same wavelength. So, from the power of an open palm to the magic of mirroring, we've started to unlock the code of body language. But now, the real question is, what will your body say next? Because now that you know the language, you get to write your own story.